Hi guys, so just a quick heads up, I recorded this video a few days ago. I tried a new program for my webcam so I could record everything separately and then make a video in the end, so I didn't have to put everything into one file at the beginning, thus being more flexible when I edit the video later on. Unfortunately for me, when I recorded it was recording and everything, but when I stopped recording, the program itself didn't really make a file of the camera. So now I've downloaded OBS for the camera, I'm sitting on Audacity for the microphone, everything here, yeah. And I use XSplit Broadcaster for gameplay footage and stuff like that, or when I record the videos of internet. So no webcam this time. Hope you enjoyed the video still. Yeah. Hi everybody, this is Alpha here again, and today I'm going to do something different from what I normally do. Usually when I make videos I put a lot of effort into them, and currently, unfortunately, I don't have that much time to make videos because I'm working. I'm soon, tomorrow actually, I'm going to be working 8 days in a row. So I'm going to try to get something done at least. So I thought, why not rank the Souls-like games and Souls games that I've played, the best of the best and the worst of the worst, the lowest of the low. So that's what I'm going to do. I got my tier list maybe it's called, and I've brought in some different games, and I have my monster here just in case I'm getting tired. I am already tired. Let's start with the games I haven't played yet. I'm going to put some of these games there. There. I think that's it. Code Vein I haven't played yet. Same with The Surge 1 and 2. I think those are games I'm going to skip over. I'm going to explain soon. Remnant from the Ashes, I think it's called. I have it on Epic Store because it was a free game there a while ago, so I got it. But I don't use the Epic Game Store that often, and I have other projects I'd rather do currently. Ashen, I have seen some gameplay from it. It looks very nice. The aesthetic, I like it very much. Gameplay wise, I don't know yet because, well, I haven't played it. Then we have Mortal Shell, came out last year. Now it's 2021. And Jedi Fallen Order I haven't played because it's EA, and overall I don't think I'm that interested in it, so I skipped over it. So let's get into the other stuff. Let's start with Titan Souls. So Titan Souls I'm going to exclude. I feel it's more akin to Fury, if you have played that game. It's a boss rush game, and although it's hard and difficult and it's much trial and error, it's not a Souls-like game in any other capacity. It's an okay game for a while, but yeah, as I'm saying, it's not a Souls game in my opinion. And the same goes for Hyperlight Drifter. Yeah, I'm sorry. I played Hyperlight Drifter quite a while. It's fantastic. It looks beautiful. The graphics and style is off the chart. But I still don't think it's a Souls game, even though it's very hard. It's also trial and error. It's got a lot of hidden stuff, and you can upgrade your weapons and stuff like that, gain new abilities, hard bosses. It's not a Souls-like. End of story. So we have a few left. I'm going to do the old Razzle Dazzle and put Hollow Knight in the excluded. Normally I would have included Hollow Knight because it's so fantastic, I can't even explain it. if you haven't played Hollow Knight and you have like, I think it's $20, if even, over from your salary, you can go and buy it right now. You should, because it's a lot of hours playing that game, and every hour I enjoyed. It's beautiful, it's got varied areas, both dark and scary, honestly, and calm and relaxing, including the music. It's a masterpiece of a game, but it's not a Souls-like, even though it has some mechanics. It's more similar to Metroid, because it's a Metroidvania, and I think it belongs more in that category. Let's start with Demon Souls, because it's first. So, Demon Souls, I started playing when it came out, and on the old PS3, I got a fat one, 60 gigabyte, and my uncle actually brought me the Demon Souls. Not bought, he brought me it because he had it in his possession. So he brought me the game and we played for a while, and I was like, this sucks. At the time I was more of a kid that wanted it flashy. Super moves, special abilities, mega cool weapons, which it has, but it wasn't my style of game at the time. So I played for a while and let it rest. I forgot about it. And then I didn't think about it even when I played Dark Souls games later on. But after I finished those, I was like, maybe I should try Demon Souls. And I did, and it was fantastic. Demon Souls as a game is a masterpiece, honestly. I am so sad that I can't play the new one because I didn't get a PS5. And I mean, what you gonna do? It's not so much to do about it, but it sucks because I really wanted to. It looks amazing. So, it's a hard one because there's so many flaws, but at the same time there are so many ideas, and I think that's actually where the Souls genre began. Like the Souls-likes, comparing everything to Dark Souls, it actually began in Demon Souls. But many people gloss it over because it's not Dark Souls. And it's sad, right? So there are many new ideas. It's fantastic as a game, but I just can't bring myself to put it in the masterpiece. It's not quite there. I haven't played the remaster, as I said, maybe it's better. But Demon Souls is a fantastic Souls-like game. A fantastic game all. It's a fantastic game. End of story. You should play it if you haven't. And you shouldn't play Magic because then it's so fucking easy. I think I went like Strength or something. It's very fun. An unpopular opinion, but I like the swamp levels, the Valley of Defilement. Okay, so here we have an interesting thing to note is these two games. You know what? Wait, I'm going to do like this and this. Wait, I'm going to do something around it. I'm going to take that for that. Like that. And I'm going to take Death's Gambit now. While it's not entirely a Souls game, I feel like it's very, how do you say, inspired by Dark Souls in many ways, but it also brings some new stuff to the table. The humor is fantastic, the writing is impeccable, and the art style is easy on the eyes, and I can listen to the music for hours. So that's not a problem with the game. But it's not entirely a Souls game at the same time. There are NPCs and stuff, but they aren't just that interesting, I think. Some of the bosses are more a challenge because it should be a challenge, not a good boss fight, which is a shame. There are some faults with the game. I'm going to put that in the okay. It's fine, I think. If I would rate it with the standard ratings, that everyone uses these days. I would maybe rate it a 6.5, 7 out of 10. 7 if I'm generous, 6.5 if... that's probably where it belongs, I think. So anyway, Salt and Sanctuary. It's quite fun actually. It's got a rough style to it and it's very atmospheric. It's a game where you can make different classes, but as all things, classes don't actually matter. It's how you level up your character that matters the most. The difficulty is there, the hidden areas, progression is there. So Salt and Sanctuary gets many things right. Bosses, areas, coherency, it nails them, okay? The lore is also quite something. And as a game I think it's very fun. It's not a game I would put in my top 10 best games, not at all. It's just a great game, hence why it goes in the great section. And now we have Neo. Wait a minute. Now that I think about it, maybe I should do like this and go... There we go. That's more like it. Because Salt and Sanctuary is a good game. It's not really great, so I wanted to change that around. And it's definitely better than Death's Gambit, in my opinion. Humble as it is, of course. While Death's Gambit looks better, plays better, Salt and Sanctuary has a greater style, world building, lore, everything like that. It's better at, so that's why I put them like that. Yeah. Anyway, Neo, as I was saying. Neo was a replacement for me because I love the Ninja Gaiden games, and I think Neo takes inspiration from Ninja Gaiden, Diablo, and Onimusha, I think. But it also incorporates many Souls-like elements into it. With the bosses, with the retrieval of your soul, kinda. But also the varied equipment, stuff like that, progression, the world and map design, like how it sometimes loops back, that's very Souls-like, in my opinion. They also have a leveling system that reminds me of Dark Souls. And it's very similar in some ways, unsimilar in other ways. But the first game was really great. I liked playing as William, and I honestly was surprised with how interesting the main character was. I didn't think he was going to be that interesting. The voice acting is fine, and the story is quite nice too. I actually did a review on that game on my older channel in Swedish. And I think I gave it a 9 out of 10. It's really fun. I also got the platinum for it, and I'm very proud of that because it was very hard. And I might do the same for Neo 2 in due time. But that goes in the great section. So, Neo 2. Here we go. I played it the last year, for quite some time. I did some episodes on it. I'm not finished yet. I'm going to complete it in some time, maybe soon, so I can get it like over with. I have some stuff to do, and I just got caught out of the moment. I played Ghost of Tsushima, and I played I think it was Persona 4, so I kind of forgot about the second game. But that's not to say it's bad. Absolutely not. It's very good. It's even better than the first game. You can do your own character, you can customize the demon forms, you can have more weapons, more abilities and skills. And there are other armors, many other maps and stages. While it also boasts a challenge, and it's more it has a deeper combat than the last game. This game has those yokai realms and yokai abilities, yokai shifts. It deepens the the experience somewhat. The combat gets more... There are more strategies to use, rather. While I haven't finished it yet, it was such a good game. It is very polished. I didn't find any bugs while playing. And I can't put it other than almost as good as it gets. I know, shocking. But that's how good it is, in my opinion. Now I'm just waiting for a Ninja Gaiden game. So please, Team Ninja, just make it. Moving on, Lords of the Fallen. And likewise, I played it when it came out. It was a buggy mess. It ran poorly as F. And it wasn't that fun. But it was still okay. It has some steep difficulty spikes in the beginning. Other than that, I think it's fine. The story isn't that wow, but it's serviceable. The main character is honestly boring. Just do a character creator for the second game, please. There wasn't a lot of customization, and honestly, well, I have played it for quite some time. I've sunk many hours into the game, and that's why I'm okay with placing this in the okay section. It's okay, it's serviceable, but it doesn't do much else than that. And towards the end, I've always felt it kinda ran out of steam a bit. In the beginning, it's quite interesting. There are new things around every corner, almost. There are some quests, and in the end, there's just doom and gloom suddenly all the time, and every area is similar. Yeah, it's an okay game. Here we come to Dark Souls. Dark Souls was such a strange journey for me, because I just gave up on it at the beginning. Not because it was hard, because it was boring. Yep, I did like 7 characters, didn't like any of them. I thought it was boring. Is the right word? Yeah. Simple and boring. But I was a fucking idiot back then. So maybe that's why. Yet I came back to it for some strange reason, and I just couldn't drop it. I sat and played and played and played. I even distinctly remember when I was going down the... Oh, what's the name? Blighttown. I was going down to Blighttown. It was around winter. It was winter time. My family had made a homemade pizza with mozzarella on it. I set up playing through Blighttown meanwhile. Then they rushed me down and I got to eat the pizza and I go back and play more Dark Souls. It was a nice ride, you know what I mean? Some of the moments also is unforgettable. Dark Souls is one of those games that you wish you could forget so you could experience it again for the first time. And I stand by it. That said, it still has flaws. Some imbalancing for sure. PvP is not balanced in the slightest. It's laggy, it sucks, it's got many exploits, and overall there are some things that kinda ruin the experience. While I played it online also, and I didn't get even one summon. I even joined the Blades of the Dark Moon. Did I get summoned once? No. And I tried to play with a friend, couldn't do it, so almost as good as it gets. Almost. It misses something. Dark Souls Remastered! Yay! Dark Souls Remastered. What can I say? They fixed many things to be able to use many souls at once. Oh, such a minor QOL change, but a needed one. The bad, like they removed Dark Souls Prepare to Die edition from the store, so if you didn't have it before they changed that, you can't get it today, I think. Something like that. And Dark Souls Prepare to Die edition with the DS mod, DSFix I think it's called. With that mod, it's quite nice actually. It runs fine, it's got 60 FPS, and I prefer the old style over the newer one. The newer one looks more washed out, while the old looks more gritty, and it fits into the world more. You know what I mean? There are also some changes that they didn't make, and they had the ability to redo many of the things that irked many people, that kinda took away from the experience. So if they had done more of a remake, sorry, maybe it could have been the masterpiece it deserved to be. But as it is, and with all things considered, I also think if you haven't watched it yet, let me see. If you haven't watched this one, let me see. I'm going to put this on here and do like this. Yeah, if you haven't watched this video, I highly recommend it. It's some of the best critique of the remastered game and why it sucks, honestly. So I highly recommend it. It's half an hour long, and you can give it your time if you are interested in these games and why so many people didn't like it. Felt like it didn't live up to the potential it had. I'm going to put that in the good tier. It's okay. If you play Dark Souls Prepare to Die edition with the DSFix mods, there is no reason to get the remastered version if you don't want to play online. No reason. As tough as it sounds, I think it's true also. So, Dark Souls 2, the original game. Let me cut this short. There we go. And let me explain myself before you lash out. Dark Souls 2 is a fine game. It's okay. It's not bad per se, but as a Souls-like game, it's so very disappointing and boring. I played it on the PS3 when it released. The original unpatched version. And you can imagine how Shrine of Amana was back then. It was not fun at all. I think I was on that section of the game for at least 1.5 hours trying to get past those fucking homing missiles. It wasn't fun. It lacked so many things that made Dark Souls great. It implemented travel from the beginning, which is fine, but the levels should also they should also strengthen that in some way. It shouldn't just be... It failed in the level design department. Especially the stupid sections that you can't pass because it's some rubble in the way. So you defeat the 4 best creatures that ever existed just to get past that little rubble, because God forbid you can climb. Again, there's a video I would like to recommend. I think I've got it as favorite. It's very good, I've seen it many times. It's called Dark Souls 2 Critique by Matthew Matosis. Let me see if I can just do like that. Here it is. This is the one. It's 49 minutes and it's very interesting to listen to, and it also explains many problems people had, including me, why the world didn't feel coherent at all, and there were just so many questions that were left unanswered, even if you liked to read about lore and stuff like that. If you want to be dumb, you can watch this video by H Bumble Guy. It's very stupid, in my opinion. Let's leave it at that. It's boring / almost bad as a Souls game. But then they released Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin. And while it improved on some things, it left some things as it were. This is another case of it's the same with Dark Souls Remastered. It could have been so freaking great, but instead we have an okay, serviceable version of the game. They improved many things though. They changed item placements, the progression feels better, there are more hidden stuff, the game looks better, and it also includes all 3 DLCs for the game, which is fine. I prefer the first DLC, it's very fun for me. The second DLC is okay, and the third, I hate the third DLC. The only good thing about this third DLC is the Ivory King. I stand by it. The pros for Dark Souls 2 is that it has so many weapons, so many builds. It has dual wielding, something that it was a unique mechanic that I really liked. It's a fun journey, for sure. Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Edition is the version to play. This is tough. This is really tough. It's really tough. You know what? I made a mistake. There we go. Much better. Here we go. There it is. Much better. I thought, what the heck? Dark Souls Remastered is okay. Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin is good. But it is not great. It just misses the mark. It just isn't what I like in Souls games. That's why it misses. But now, Dark Souls 3. The last game of the Souls series, specifically. With it, I'm counting the DLCs in this one. I didn't include the complete edition because not many changes were made. Not enough to warrant it as a separate entity, so to say. The third game was much better than the second game. It was a return to form. It felt more Souls-like. It felt like the true sequel to the first game, okay? It has some themes in it that I quite enjoy and which speaks to me personally, on a personal level, so to say. Yeah, it's just a good game. It looks quite nice. The only complaint I have is that some areas look very sameish or very boring because they are very grey. But it's also a theme of the game, so I can't really complain about it all that much. What it lacks for me is the characters and the NPCs, so to say, is just not up to par with what they are in Dark Souls. They aren't as interesting. Or most of the time they are glorified vendors, maybe it's called. On the NPC side of things and the world building, it's so much pandering in it to the fans. It's so much fan service, too much in my opinion. I'm going to spoil you here, so if you haven't played it and don't want to be spoiled, skip ahead like 25 seconds, okay? There is no reason at all why Solaris armor should be in the game. There's no reason, just pandering. Same with the Covenant, it's ridiculous. My rant is over. Anyway, the DLC came out, the first one. I liked the atmosphere of that, Ashes of Ariandel. I like the winter theme, it's one of my favorite areas to explore actually. Better than I thought, and it looks amazing. You can find so many cool things in it, and yeah, I love it. But then they also released Ringed City, that expansion. Oh my god. That's how you should really end with a bang. Because Dark Souls 3 has two separate endings. Kinda. Depending on how you want to see it. It's such a Souls ending. It's a great ending to the franchise, to be honest. They really outdid themselves on that part. But there are also other things I dislike about it, and it's a toughie. Ultimately, I think I'm going to do like this. I must note that I don't think Neo 2 is a better game than Dark Souls 3. Not at all. This is a hard one. I must do like this. I must do that, yeah. Neo 2 still better than Neo, but it's not almost as good as it gets. I'm sorry. I change my mind all the time. Dark Souls 3 is fantastic, but it just doesn't reach the heights of Demon Souls and Dark Souls when it comes to like the world building, the lore, everything that the fans loved about those games. Yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. There are some things that Dark Souls 3 lacks to be in almost as good as it gets. Sakiro or I'll take Bloodborne first. Bloodborne, if you don't know, is released in 2015. It was a game that not came out of nowhere, I won't say that, but it was... Fans expected Dark Souls 3, right? Instead they released Bloodborne and surprised everyone. It was fantastic, still is actually. It's overall just... Yeah, the frame rate in some areas can be better, and yeah, some areas are tedious to get through, but overall, it's just such a jam-packed and coherent game that you just... Oh, it's a perfect amount of content, and it leaves you wanting more. That's what games should do. It leaves you wanting more, but at the same time you are very satisfied with what you played, and at the same time you maybe don't want more. God damn, this is a reminder of what games can be if they are done correct. It's just a masterpiece. Come on. The hunter weapons that you can shift, the pistol, the hunt, the werewolves, the thing that starts off with just a horror-esque gothic Lovecraftian world turns into a Lovecraftian world with even more mind-effery and weird stuff to be had. It goes very off the rails towards the end, but I love it. The DLC it's maybe the one DLC I would pay more for than I did. I think I paid like $150. $15 or $19 or something like that. And I think it's worth much more. It's such a polished and lengthy adventure and many hidden things, and I think one of the reasons I like it so much is the Lovecraftian and gothic setting of, like, it's very gothic England setting-ish, Victorian. I love the setting and the story. If you read up on it, the lore is so deep I can't even... And they just nailed so many things. Even though it technically doesn't have that many NPCs, they are all very interesting with their own stories and why things have gone the way they have gone. It's just a masterpiece. I will love that game forever. I've done 2 videos on it, at least, and 1 playthrough. You should check them all out on my channel. If you haven't already, I think they are some of the better content I made. So the last game we have is Sakiro, Shadows Die Twice. I've platinumed the game. I'm quite skilled at the game actually. I can beat it in under 2 hours. I've tried, because so I know, yeah. But that's the thing, once you've like completed the game 3 times, even if you don't have the platinum, but you should, I likely won't play it ever again. That's the sad part. It doesn't have that much to offer in some ways, because when I play a Souls game I want to try different builds. Maybe different if I want to go magic or not, if I want to go tank or not, if I want to go a different area than the first time I played it. That's why I love Demon Souls, because you can go different areas however you want. Same with Dark Souls. But Sakiro has one path. Some things are cool, like the ninja tools, they are called, I think. Shinobi tools. Those are pretty cool. They have some variety, but in the grand scheme of things, it's just not that much there. What I liked was the arts that you could unlock. You could unlock the like Senpu monk, so you could have more melee attacks. And you can unlock sword techniques, and I love that part. I would have liked it better if you if you want to be a shinobi, okay. You can unlock all this, but you can't unlock certain other parts of it. But here you can just unlock everything, which is good in a sense, but it hinders experimentation and replayability, which is kind of a shame. You should really play it though, it's fantastic. It looks great. Wow. On the PS4, oof, it looks fantastic. And the story is quite catching. It catches you, it draws you in a bit, and then it locks you there for a while. You can get many different endings depending on your choices and what you do. But overall, yeah, it was a nice game. I'll put it... first, when I played it, maybe I would put it in the great section. You know what, I think I'll do that, yeah. Because there are so many elements I like to the game, still. The tension like sneak and kill stuff. How you can still be a ninja, but if you want to, you can go in guns a-blazing, and there are so many secrets in it as well. I think I need to leave it at that, yeah. But this is my finished list. Just my list, of course. Maybe I've forgotten some games, who knows. If I have, I'm sorry. Otherwise, yeah, this is the tier list. If you have different opinions, leave them down in the comments below, and I'll get to them as fast as I can. But otherwise, this is the tier list, and I wanted to get something out because I'm working so much, so I don't have time to make the videos I want to make, really. So I thought this would be a nice video to fill in. And now you know more of my opinions on these games. Thank you so much for watching. If you like my content, leave a like, maybe even subscribe if you like me that much. I do a variety of content. If you don't, you can leave a dislike, of course. It's up to you. But I hope you enjoyed the video, even though I'm just rambling at this point. And hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video as well. Have a good one. See ya!